They'll be calling you a radical. I'm using what the fuck I got. And, you know, it's amazing. All these years, nobody... This is somebody that's been with me in the post-circus art from day one. He remixed Tim Martin's incredible historic work. I mean, I can't believe all these fucking... We love you. Thank you, Kevin. Freaking hugs. Fucking... Oh, my God. Not one fucking person can help out in the IT world. Let's give it a shot.
There you go. You see that net there dragging across there, covered with sinkers. This is how they fish in Alaska. So they drove that sled with that net. See the line all the way across the river. Then they're going to drift with the river through this pool, this big pool. How they park. It's their first pool that there's no tide. This is as far as the tide's affected from the ocean. Crazy, these government employees are up here still wearing face masks. We're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, I'll tell you that much. So I'm keeping my stealth quietness. I'm trying to be friendly. Kevin Blanch has told me, giving me coaching, he said don't roll up on them and start talking about Fukushima, they'll all hate me, which I have proven to be true. So I'm just being a friendly little dude here, trying to be a tourist. Maybe at the end I'll mention Fukushima, and then they'll probably all mum up. Pretty epic. This is how they fish in Alaska. Nets don't lie. Hopefully Kevin will put this little show together. Tim Martin, Post-Ignorance Army. So this is the way they used to fish on the Columbia River before they made it against the law. I'm not sure this does the fish any good to be pulled up on the Scrabble bar. So they use the pickup here, pull the net up. Big old rope. And here we go. Again, since I can only shoot this in 2-minute blocks, we're going to get to see. So here it is. Everything in the Rogue River at the first pool. You tell me it's the best record numbers. I'm going to break this into 2 shots so we can see.
Oh, there's something big in there. Yeah, that was a good bump. Jack and 2 adults.
So here we go. 1 jack salmon. 1 jack salmon, about 22, maybe 8 pounds. Any half-pounders in there?
Nope.
No half-pounders. And what's that up there? Is that a full-size Chinook or a jack?
Looks like a jack, and I got a little bit small adult right there.
2 jacks and 1 adult. No half-pounders. Didn't the half-pounder run used to be like 20,000 fish?
Not in the net. We see 2,000 or so in the net.
You'd see 2,000 in the net?
Yeah, and then there's an expansion for it. I guess there's only 2.
2,000 in the net, and we got no half-pounders. You've caught as many as... You've caught 2,000 in a single pull?
No, we've caught over the course of the season.
Oh, 2,000 over the season. No, we got none right now. They're measuring them. Hey guys, thanks a lot. I've wanted to see this for 20 years. I've heard of the Huntley Park Fish Bowl. So this is it. Thank you very much. You guys have a blessed day.
You too.
Sunrise. Oregon Department of Fish and Game here at 6:30, putting the boat in for the test net. That boat's got a great big old net in it. This is the first big pool on the Rogue River where the freshwater, where the tidewater stops. So they're going to set up this net and drift down the river a quarter of a mile, and they're going to reel it in. So we're going to get to see. You know, this is the real shit. This is the truth. You're not going to see the truth. Everything else is lies. You know, Bonneville they have a fish window with a fish cam that's been down for 7 years. How convenient. You can buy a GoPro on eBay for $50. You don't think Fish and Game Army Corps of Engineers has the money to put a GoPro up? Well, this is it. I'm going to document the ocean is dead. It's been dead for ever since about 3 years into the Fukushima debacle. So this is going to be a little bit of a three-part series. Hopefully Kevin can put this together. Tim Martin, Post-Ignorance Army, getting the real truth, what's going on with our oceans, our fisheries. I called the biologist for Jackson County and I said, what's going on with our salmon runs? Why are they collapsing? He said, Tim, I don't know, but I know they're dying in the ocean. But he wouldn't say Fukushima. I asked him if he thought it was Fukushima. He said he can't say. I've asked a lot of officials. They've been all told in line. I can't believe none of them have stepped out of line, broken ranks, and said it's Fukushima. Nobody will. It's the only issue really that matters on Earth. Tim Martin here, going to be doing like a little three-part series on the Rogue River, what's going on with the Rogue. Giving you a little background. We've been fighting, I've been fighting, and different sportsmen who love the rivers. We've been fighting for the Rogue River. I've been fighting for it for 20 years. We've been fighting for River Watch, minimum flows, River Watch of Oregon, minimum flows. This is a big deal. This has to do with what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Took out Savage Rapids Dam. So what happened is we got both of the poorly made dams removed from the Rogue. It took us 20 years to do it. Got them both removed. So Department of Fish and Game does test nets down here at Huntley Park where I am. I'm on the, that's the Rogue River behind me there. I'm 8 miles upstream on the south side of the Rogue River. I'm going to be doing a video of the test netting. They're only getting like 1 or 2 steelhead, a test net, and they test this big pool with a purse sign. I'll be shooting
Here's what I'm up against.
videos, that's why they're so short. So
That's
what I'm doing. The reason I'm doing that is because there's no other way to count the fish, and Fish and Game does test nets. I'm going to get a video so you're going to have real live eyeballs on what's going on the Rogue. Yeah. And it's in direct contradiction to what they're saying on the Columbia. The Columbia, they're saying there's record runs. The whole Oregon coast is in total collapse. Most of the streams, like the Sayusala and the Alsea, they've limited it to 1 fish per angler per year. So when you have your tag, you write down the river, which will be like 114, species 2. Once you tag that fish, and your river will be river like 12, you can fish no more of that river for the rest of this year. That's how depressed the angling is, and yet they're lying on Fish and Game, saying that they're having record runs in the Columbia. It's all smoke and mirrors, smoke and mirrors. A couple videos coming up to show what's going on in the Rogue River.
Okay, now this is historic stuff, because the Columbia River had Chinook go to sea for 5 years. Now when he's talking half pounder, what's a half pounder? Steelhead salmon. Steelhead salmon make it to sea twice. Now remember, these salmon live in the Pacific Ocean. Now remember, record returns 2010, 2009, with expected record escapement, expected returns.
But for this night.
And so this is what I'm down to. I mean, this is it. You think this, millions and millions of views, millions of people have watched, millions of sheep. Yay, we love you. So, so half pounder is a steelhead. Steelhead goes the first time back. Now that says everything. Now remember, record returns, record returns, record returns. So immediately, record returns. This half pounder started to collapse in 2011, 2012. They're down 90%. Now remember, the Army Corps Engineers, this mentally case here runs around and yells the N-word all day in Ogden, and you know, the poor police, what are they supposed to do with her? She's mentally ill. But you know, the state of Utah, they got them answer for that. Throw them in jail, you know, put them in the park, you know, into neighborhoods. So anyway, back to this. So the half pounder goes one time. So it tells you everything. I saw it immediately. I'm like, whoa, here we go. Everybody say, oh no, we got record returns on the Columbia, we got record returns on the Fraser, we got record returns on the Copper River. I'm like, wait till 2016. Chinook go to sea for 5 years. ODFW, WFW, all these different agencies were hypothesized, set their models. They set their models at between 1.4 million and 2.7 million for the next several years. I set my returns 6.8. Boom, I'm on the number. What? Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed. Next year, now remember, we went from 1.4 million to 680,000 to 400,000 to 300,000 to 200,000 on the Columbia. Now, the Army Corps of Engineers has a fish cam, as Tim saw. I've been going at them for years. Why did you crash it all of a sudden? Still down. Then the Army Corps of Engineers classifies Kevin Blanch. I have a whistleblower inside there, sent me the emails, I posted online right there, classified on Kevin Blanch classified. Now think about this. I mean, so it's the smoking gun, it's the absolute unarguable proof of Fukushima. So Tim Martin's lifetime, he's world famous fishing guide. He's been up there, so he's a native, born and raised there in southern Oregon. In 2010, he caught the world's record stillhead. It's on our, he caught the world's record. And nobody's more connected than him. He's been working at, I mean, we do this, we have no funding. Sierra Club, Greenpeace, all this, we get no funding. You know, cost him his marriage. You know, his wife says, you got to tell Kevin Blanch, if he's going to survive cancer, he's got to quit flipping that tomato soup can behind his freaking back. Okay, all right. You know, I'm still alive and kicking. So, thank you for putting this together. Seth did this. He's been with me from the beginning. And so, this is what we're up against. You know, remember when all these people, the artists that lined up with me, you know, we had Lonnie, you had Ackerman, you had all these people that, you know, they're great. Where the fuck are they at now? Remember they called themselves free radicals. What's a free radical? It's a cancer cell. What's a free radical? That's what is released in a nuclear exchange. Plutonium's called a free radical when the centrifusion process takes for or a melt. So look back on it, they were all who were they? They weren't part of this group. Post-ignorance versus the free. Wow. So that's what happened. The government funded trolls to attack me. This connecting the dots is. By the way, Dutch Sense used fraud stuff. I mean, they hired PR firms to attack me. Well, I'm in critical condition. You know, Tim's hung in there with me. You know, and that's good because it's weeded out the, you know, keyboard activists, the armchair activists, the radio gaga blah blah. You know, the post-ignorance is so lean and few because very few people are willing to do the work. You know, talk about work. So, and I've done all this store work while in critical condition. And so, thank you, Tim. I really appreciate it. And so, half-pounders are stillhead, none in that. That's historic because you know how long it takes to even know when and how they're going to do that? Nobody knows. They keep it secret. He worked it to know the river good enough to get there and do it. You saw it? You saw it? You know, 2 jacks? Now, remember, the rogue media reports were saying they were going to have 400,000 this year. Just the lies. The lies. You know, the Chamber of Commerce, the Mitchell Act. Like Tim says, unarguable smoking gun proof. That's what I am. You know, and the sheep, we don't care how many sheep watch because we've learned our lesson over the years when I used to get millions of views. All they do is just waste our time because then you have to police sites. You know, and that's so tactical. Get it into the library, the proof. Someday, you know, so many are on the wrong side of history. You know, and that's all you can do. Fight for our grandchildren, fight for the animals, fight for the ecology in the reality. There's nothing more true than our work, the Post-Ignorance Project. So there it is. Stay tuned.